guys, and welcome back to my chart ruler series. Yes, we are on to the final episode of my chart ruler series, and in today's video we're going to finish it off by discussing the Aquarius Rising chart ruler. First and foremost, everyone, if you do not know what the chart ruler is within astrology, then I would like to point you into the direction of my chart ruler introduction video. By having an Aquarius rising, this means that the planet Uranus is your chart ruler, also meaning that as you do enter into all the areas of your life, you're going to be doing so through the lens that is Aquarius. So I'll be starting off by discussing the meaning of Uranus, followed by the role that Uranus will play in your life, and then we're going to finish it by assessing how you can then interpret your own Uranus placement within your chart. For more information all about Uranus though, then be sure to check out my Uranus in astrology video. I'm gonna sneeze. Yeah. Okay, so it passed. But yes, Saturn is the traditional ruler of Aquarius, whilst Uranus is the modern day ruler. So this would mean that Uranus would be your chart ruler and then Saturn would be your sub-chart ruler. So it's really a good idea to look to see where both of these planets are placed within your birth chart. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to be focusing on Uranus. Here we see the last of the generational planets of this series, the others being Neptune and Pluto. And I did touch on Uranus kind of briefly in my other videos, but basically with Uranus in mythology, Uranus is the first sky god. Seeing as this is the last episode from the series, let's conclude it then with Jupiter, okay, the ruler of the gods, Saturn, the ruler of Earth, Neptune, the ruler of the sea, Pluto, the ruler of the underworld, and then Uranus, the ruler of the sky. Also interesting to note here that with these different rulers, with these planets, every single element is accounted for. We got Jupiter associated with both fire and water, then Neptune is associated with water, Pluto is associated with water, Saturn is associated with earth, and then of course Uranus is associated with air because Aquarius is an air sign. It was the god of the sky who ruled limitless space, he had the job of inventing and designing nature. It was the god of the sky who blessed each animal and living being with their own unique mark and individuality. The symbol then for Uranus consists of the two moons, or the two pillars. One is human and one is divine, but they're back to back. But they are joined together by the four-armed cross of matter, with the circle of spirit pushing them to the higher levels. Remember, the circle of spirit represented with the sun. Right, so let me get this straight here, okay? Let me just get this straight from this symbol. We have the human side and the divine side, and they're back to back. And you know what? This is a common struggle I think many Aquarians do deal with, between being part of humanity, but knowing that they are different, that they aren't really quite from this planet. And the cross of matter, it sort of binds them to this reality. Yet the sun is pushing them towards their higher realm, you know, towards their spaceship home, towards their alien-like state. And this is just it, because we are all unique and different. But the thing is that so many people are afraid to step outside of the box within humanity. You know, for them, perhaps they don't mind just going along with it all, but you know, that's okay. But what about the misfits? What about the ones who want to express their individuality, but are perhaps far too afraid to do so in fear of what other people, or in fear of what society will say or what they will think? I also think this is why so many Aquarians, I'm just talking about Aquarius in general here, so many Aquarians are known for just not giving a crap really, for not really caring. But my dear Aquarius, I think that you do care. Because, right, you want to share your ideas with the world. You want to share your knowledge with the world. Now, some of you, with this knowledge, okay, the knowledge is in your vessel. That's the fact that you are the water bearer. The water symbolizes the knowledge. Some of you like to keep that water to yourself, but others of you do like to give it to other people. Still, some of you might just want to throw it at other people and be like, here, this is what I think. It's just splashes someone, soaks them, right? But I'm here to tell you, Aquarius, I'm here to tell you, whatever genius idea you just had, perhaps 50 other people on this planet had it at the exact same time you did. Cool, Aquarius. You have the idea, you gain the knowledge, but what are you going to do with it? Do you not realize that you have the ability to change this planet with the ideas that you can come up with? Yet, some of you just sit there, holding on to that vessel with your dear life. And you know what? This is the fear. This is the fear of Saturn working his magic. Because remember, Saturn is your traditional ruler. And it is the sign of Capricorn, the one before you, that tests your unconscious mind. But still though, so many of you are able to step into your power and really spread that knowledge. This is where, if you do have the Aquarius Rising, where your Saturn placement does play a role within your chart. So it's looking to see where the fear is, being Saturn, that might hold you back from embracing your unique self, being being Uranus. And so you must bring forth the knowledge that you have acquired and really give it to those that need it most, so that humanity can be uplifted towards the higher levels, just like the sun is pushing towards the higher levels. Okay, so now with all of that out of the way, what role will Uranus play in your life if you do have an Aquarius rising? By having an Aquarius rising, your story is definitely a story that if you did tell others about it, if you did tell other people your story, they might even just say, here we go again. Here we go again. This is really because as you do go throughout your life, things are just going to happen so suddenly, unexpectedly, at the blink of an eye. You know, you're going to be telling your friend or your relative about this thing, you know, oh, this thing happened to me today, and you're going to be really cool and calm about it. But then to the person listening, they're probably thinking, what kind of life do you live? They go, do you have any sense of direction? Is the wacky planet of Uranus up to its old tricks? I think that you're used to it. You sort of get into a complacency of just accepting that, you know, my life is erratic and I accept that. So many people even will call you crazy. They'll call you crazy, they'll call you mad, they'll call you insane, alright? But what if just perhaps they are the crazy ones, huh? What if they're the crazy ones? Even the word insane suggests that you're insane in your insanity. And this is exactly why now, with us being in the age of Aquarius, so many people on this planet are awakening. It's this awakening process that is making so many people across this globe just question, what is this really all about? And also why there are a lot of conspiracies occurring, just like the wonderful David Icke, for example. If you've not checked out David Icke, then definitely go to his YouTube. Though really, at times, it will feel like there is this outside force that is doing all of these things. And you do understand that the things that are happening are in fact much, much bigger than you. It's like, yeah, Aquarius rising, you're enjoying that? You're enjoying being grounded? The grounding that Saturn is giving you for this moment? Well, you better think again. You can live your lives feeling like the universe is so wild and crazy and wacky, and the weirdest things just end up happening to you all the time. But I think it's something that you just get used to, and this is why I think you remain sort of calm about it. But when you tell others, it's like, what are you doing now? You definitely do get a lot of those looks. Like, huh? You perhaps even were conditioned to believe that You're supposed to be the nonconformists, and most likely than not, you live out your life as a sheer genius, just constantly misunderstood, mislabeled by people. I think it's because the thing with Aquarius is others just don't know where to place them. They don't know where to put them. And so it's just, oh well, you're just weird. We'll put them in the miscellaneous section. Albert Einstein actually had an Aquarius rising, and he ended up being one of the most famous scientists of all time. But yes, you are going to be very intelligent, but it's a type of intelligence that so many people just, they can't quite catch up with it. You're just much too ahead of your time. You Aquarius risings who want so badly for others to think for themselves just like you want to think for yourself. Aquarius risings, you've probably been told your whole life that you are really very different, or that you're strange, or that you're hard to pin down. It's not about you care about what other people think of you. It's that you care about what you know and about the knowledge that you have to give people. And so you do want other people to listen to it and be like, wow, that helped me. That is the care. It's the heart that you have. You have huge hearts, but it's that heart that expands to the entire world. It is the planet Uranus that insists on not making things solely about the self, but focuses on the bigger picture instead. You're meant to live your life in ways that will really truly benefit everyone. And I do think that this is a huge lesson that we can learn from Aquarius, and it's the importance of embracing the quirks about ourselves that are unique to us, but at the same time it's turning to others and taking them by the hand and saying, I see you, and I accept you. Okay, so now we have established what Uranus represents and the role that it will play in your life. How exactly can you interpret your Uranus placement within your birth chart? Because after all, the placement of Uranus is going to play an extremely important role indeed. Now, whichever sign Uranus is in will tell you how the generation is breaking the mold, how the generation will evolve, how the generation is really progressing. And whichever house your Uranus is in will tell you where the unpredictability will play out, where the sudden changes will happen, where you'll seek freedom, and where your uniqueness might play out. Let's then look at a couple of examples. On that note, if you do know anyone with an Aquarius rising, or if you have an Aquarius rising, then let us know in the comment section about your experiences. I'm going to be focusing on the houses here with this one, just similar to what I did with Neptune really. So we're going to do a person with an Aquarius rising and their Uranus in their 8th house. This is going to be a person who might experience these sudden changes when it does come to other people's money and their joint resources and their finances. So it could be that money just comes to them in an unpredictable way. There could be sudden tax or property problems that may happen. Just sudden twists of fortune. Just things just suddenly happen when it comes to fortune and they don't see it coming. Even within sudden legacies, sudden losses, or their partner's financial situation, you know, the partner could find themselves in debt, for example, just out of nowhere. Let's even take my own chart, for example, here. I don't have Uranus in my 8th, but Uranus has been transiting my 8th house for quite a while. I would say that I did experience this real sudden breakup with my partner, okay? And it was just out of the blue. I've been single now for over 2 years, and from these past 2 years it's just been about discovery, self-discovery for me, but not just self-discovery, but trying to see which type of person would be right for me, right? A person with this placement as well could make them very curious when it does come to sex, and they might want to experiment quite a lot. Could also possess a liberating and free attitude when it does come to sex. And because the 8th house is really related to death, well, Uranus here can also suggest these sudden and unusual deaths a sudden and unusual death to this person without them suffering. just, I don't know, they're just out and about and just boom, that's it, they're gone. That's the thing with Uranus, I think, ultimately, with a lot of it, is the sudden quickness. There's the flashes, right? There's lightning strikes that Uranus likes to do. Let's also take somebody with an Aquarius rising and their Uranus in their 6th house. So, the daily work and service, yes. They're probably going to be rather rebellious when it does come to these things. They might even be in their job and feel like they're being imprisoned by it, where they just want to escape it. I have Aquarius on my 6th house, so it's very, very similar with having Uranus in the 6th. I've definitely went into a lot of jobs, but it's been where I've went in quickly and then a couple months later, bye. The sudden, right? Sudden changes of Uranus playing out within these day-to-day jobs that I've had, and I've easily had over 12 day-to-day jobs in my life. But when it does come to my working life, I do need space. I used to work in this hotel where there was someone always watching over me, and I hated that. I want to be able to have a lot of independence and a lot of freedom when it comes to not only my working life, but also to my schedules and to the decisions that I make on a day-to-day basis. A person with this placement as well just might do really well, or they might work with the internet a lot, working on different systems, you know, using technology. They might feel the most free on an intellectual level whenever they are working. They're going to be able to come up with the most amazing ideas even when it comes to their day-to-day, when it comes to how they do operate within the workplace. So the thing about it is they're going to organize it in their own unique way. Other people may not see the structure as so structured, but to this person it works because it's quite inventive, and it's probably a way that is better, essentially. Even when it comes to their household chores, when it comes to their day-to-day routines, it's done in this particular way that when other people listen to their schedule, they might think, I can't believe you would do it in that order. I would do it this way and you do it that way. That's a bit strange. Lastly, with this individual with their Uranus in the 6th, when it does come to their health, they might try so many different oddities, so many different regimes that they go into. They possibly will try many different diets. I myself, I've been through quite a few different eating habits for me. Even when it comes to illnesses, they might just get sick quickly out of nowhere. They don't even know how they caught that bug or where this thing came from. It just, boom, this is Uranus. But in the same regard, they're going to recover fairly quickly as well. They might have some lemon water before they go to bed one night, and then the next day they're refreshed. They're refreshed. Anyway, guys, that concludes my video on the Aquarius Rising chart ruler. That is us. That is the final episode of the chart ruler series. I cannot believe it. Like, it's done. We're finished. I just want to say thank you all so much to all of you who have kept up with this series. And I'm excited for the next series, which I've already announced, and that's going to be the series about the moon. Yes! Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And I will be back with another video very, very soon.